Welcome to another episode of the 360 Show. India beat the Windies 2-0 convincingly. No surprises there. The Proteas women on track in that World Cup, beating Bangladesh in an absolute nail-biter. The men's team, on the other hand, facing a spin challenge over there in Pakistan. The T20 men's team of the Proteas stumbling against Namibia. Team Japan, I never thought I would say this, but Japanese cricket on the rise. Last but not least, Mohammad Shami finds himself on the sidelines. We cover all of that in the 360 Show. Let's go. Welcome to the 360 view. I'm going to hit the stop clock and 360 seconds of your main topics for the week. India beat the West Indies 2-0, as I touched on in that intro, guys. No surprises there, obviously. Playing in India, we did cover a little bit about New Zealand beating India convincingly last time out. So there were some cracks in the armor, but still at the end of the day, India just too strong against the West Indies team. I told you that the West Indies need to put runs on the board. They were never able to do so, and unfortunately could never really put Team India under pressure. But the young guns coming to the fore as Yashasvi Jaiswal, scored 175 there in that second test match. He's been absolutely amazing. What makes him so good? And I would like to hear your comments about that as well. For me, he's just got so many different gears. He plays the T20 cricket in a very aggressive style. He's got all the shots that you need to succeed in T20 cricket. But what makes him so good in test match cricket? There must be a very strong head on those shoulders. And that's what I like about him most. He's got the ability to read the situation of the game and to sort of fine-tune the pace of play according to what he's confronted with. And that's usually the sign of a great player. Onwards and upwards for him. Kuldeep Yadav also picking up 5 in that first innings. He's now got 60 test wickets, guys. 36 strike rate, that is, for 50 plus wickets. Is only 45. So he's been absolutely phenomenal. And I think he needs to become the number one pick spinner in that team, as he's a very aggressive bowler, along with a finger spinner, obviously, to keep that economy rate in control. But just coming back to Jaiswal, his adaptability, he's got this amazing ability to be able to adapt between the pace of play. He's got all the strokes in the world, and he knows that, but he's not arrogant about it. He stays humble, and he keeps doing what he does best, and that is to score big hundreds. He's been compared to the likes of Bradman here, people. Only Bradman, Sachin, and Sobers have got more centuries than his 7 before turning 24 years of age. He's still very, very young, guys. And it's quite scary what the future holds for this guy. If he can stay fit and he can sort of keep learning and keep making his game stronger and better as he moves forward, the sky's the limit and he can break big records. That's Team India for you, onwards and upwards. They're always strong at home. Obviously not in that last series against New Zealand, but a very, very good performance against Team West Indies, who's got some work to do as they move on to bigger challenges ahead. The Proteas facing a spin battle against Pakistan in Lahore. I've been covering or following most of the test match rather, as Team South Africa had opportunities in that first innings where Pakistan batted first. To sort of restrict them to 300, I thought would have been a really nice score for the Proteas to try and chase down or to actually sort of go past in that first innings. But unfortunately, Pakistan running away a little bit there with anything close to 400 in the subcontinent in the first innings is always competitive because you know the wicket's going to get slower, harder to score on, and there will be more turn. And that's exactly what happened. The Proteas stumbling to 270 odd for 8, as I think that's more or less the live score. Tony DeZorzi at least got a nice 100 there, getting the Proteas back in the game, but unfortunately just got dismissed. And it looks like the Proteas will be trailing in that first innings. Obviously, this is a recorded show, so the game would have moved on once this goes out, but it's always been a challenge for teams like Australia, New Zealand, England, South Africa to tour to the subcontinent and to fight, especially if you bowl first, to make sure you restrict them to around that 300 mark and lower. Not always easy as the wickets are really good, but if you have a really good spin bowling attack, along with seamers that can bowl well with a reverse swinging ball, you sort of cover all bases, and then it's up to take your opportunities, especially when the home team is batting first. You have to grab your catches and your chances. You cannot afford to let some catches slip, as the Proteas did in that first test match. But hopefully, once I cover a bit more about this, the Proteas would have made a fantastic comeback in that second innings. We'll wait and see. The Proteas women going strong, guys. Some incredible chases. First against Team India, wonderful chase against all the odds. And then against Team Bangladesh, finding themselves under pressure again, but finding a way to come out on top. Chloe Tehran getting a wonderful 50 there. Nadine de Klerk once again at the back end, really sort of chipping in, scoring the match-winning runs again. But the top order definitely needs to have a look at how they contribute in the tournament moving forward. It is wonderful when the unlikely individuals chip in and get you across the line, but the Proteas women will have to find a way to get that top order going again. It is really good from a team perspective, the spirit, the belief when you find a way to win games of cricket, when all the odds are stacked against you, and they will take that confidence moving forward, but they need some of the main players to stand up. Last but not least, Team Namibia beat South Africa. There's one guy that I want to mention. That's Ruben Trumpelman, former office boy. That's the school I attended to. His father hails from Namibia. And after speaking to Coach Albie Morkel, he found a way to represent Team Namibia. That is the end of that, but I'm gonna finish this topic quickly as a 360 seconds is done. Obviously, not ideal for the Proteas T20 side. Quinton de Kock back in the side. He didn't score a lot of runs. Donovan Ferreira, unlikely captain. He did captain Team South Africa there. He's got some leadership qualities, and he will hope to get more opportunities in the future as captain. Not an ideal start to his captaincy career. But obviously standing into what was not our strongest team, I would say. But no excuses there as Namibia chased down a mere 134 that South Africa scored in that first innings. And as I mentioned, player of the match, Ruben Trumpelman, he went to the same school as me and made a very bold decision to go to Namibia and play international cricket, which is obviously the ultimate goal for any player. And hopefully you will keep performing and keep doing well. You can watch all of the action, obviously, on FanCode, guys. You could have watched that game on FanCode. If you don't have an account yet, go and get one and watch all the action. And I will tell you about more games in the show that you can watch on FanCode. Let's go to AB React. In AB React this week, there's one big topic I want to cover, and that's Team Japan. I never thought I would speak about Japan playing cricket. But they have been going really strong, guys. In the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Asia and EAP qualifiers, they are certainly turning heads. They also got their social media game on point, and I will share a picture with you really soon. I just want to sort of give you a little bit about this. The tournament is now in Super 6 stage. It's still wide open. 3 of them will make it to the World Cup. Now, how encouraging would that be to see Team Japan in the World Cup? I am quietly rooting for them. Nothing against the other teams. It would just be fantastic. As I love Japan, I've never been there, but I've always seen footage of the people of Japan being incredibly kind, welcoming. We had the Rugby World Cup there not long ago. Some of my mates who went there came back and said, one of the most incredible countries I've ever been to. So I would love to go and visit. Ross Taylor's Samoa team, sort of quiet so far. Yet to sparkle, but I'm sure they will find their feet. And the UAE have disappointed so far as well. But obviously, Team Japan is the team that's getting all the traction. They beat Samoa by 4 runs in the recent game, and they've even had their social media game strong. Let's have a look at this, guys. There it is. ABD for Team Japan. What if? Quite funny. Go follow them on social media, on Instagram in particular, this one. I can't quite read Japanese yet, but I'm sure those written parts has got something to do about what. Imagine maybe de Villiers played for Japan. Quite funny that I love the kit, by the way. The pink and blue reminds me a little bit of Rajasthan Royals, maybe even a bit better. I love it. It's pretty clear just in the front. Japan, not a lot of movement there. Really bold colors in the pink and blue. They're doing really well. You can watch all of the action on FanCode, guys. And there's another game that you can watch on FanCode, or rather series, and that is New Zealand against England. First off, T20 series. They also have an ODI series. And it is Brendan McCullum's Team England taking the Bears ball to play a bit of ball over there in New Zealand, where he hails from, obviously. It will be interesting to see how that unfolds, guys. There are some key players in both the teams. Captain for England, Harry Brook. Mitchell Santner for New Zealand. It's going to be a very entertaining series to keep an eye on, or two series rather, ODIs and T20s. You also have Josh Butler there, Phil Salt, Sam Curran, Adil Rashid, and on the New Zealand side, Rachin Ravindra, Daryl Mitchell, Devon Conway, all names that you see in the IPL. This is going to be a fantastic series to follow. You can watch all of the action on FanCode, so make sure you get everything in place, get your account sorted out if you haven't done so yet, and watch all of the action on FanCode. Let's move on to Combox, guys. First up, and I would like to thank you for posting your questions. It is the JP21 Foundation. Huge respect for JPD. Congratulations on the amazing JP21 Foundation. He is truly inspirational character, guys. He's someone that never gives up with anything that he starts, and that is JPD for you. He's a really good friend of mine, and I was gutted not to make it to that golf day, but luckily he had a fantastic replacement in Brian Charles Lara. None of us are going to argue the fact that he was a really good replacement, a much better replacement than, much better than me, I would say. More entertaining in a way. The left-hand great from the West Indies. Was great for him to fly all the way from the Windies to go and join JP in Cape Town for this wonderful project that he's taking on. And I think they raised a lot of money helping kids around the area that JP grew up in, which is a wonderful, wonderful story, remembering his roots. All right, next question. Hi, AB. Who do you think, or what do you think about Shami's absence from Test, ODIs, and guys? It is a big call from Team India. It almost feels like, in a certain way, they've moved on from him. I don't know the behind-the-scenes stories. If there's maybe a couple of niggles he's still carrying, maybe he lost a yard of pace, and it doesn't quite have that zip that he used to. Those could all play a part, and it doesn't mean it's the end of the road for him. He can still find that extra yard of pace, perhaps. But that is one thing I've picked up. He lost a little bit of pace recently, and maybe that is the reason why he is not in the international team, or national team rather, anymore. But hopefully he makes a really good comeback. I'm a big fan of Shami. He's a wonderful bowler. Always asks questions of the batters. He's a wicket-to-wicket bowler. He's a great asset to have in a team if he's in form, fit, and raring to go. So let's hope Mohammad Shami gets back into that form. Obviously, it is disappointing not to see him there, as he's a very entertaining performer for Team India. Last but not least is Sky. That is Surya Kumar Yadav, weak in playing slow balls. What do you think? Guys, I think it's more a case of when he sees a slow ball, he sees opportunity. So I like the fact that he's got an attacking mindset, and the minute he sees it so early, and that is one of his biggest strengths. He picks up length and the pace of the ball very quickly. So I wouldn't say it's a weakness, but when you start getting out to the same delivery over and over again, you have to sort of adapt and tweak a couple of things in your technique, and more so your mindset than anything else. Because I really feel it's just a matter of him seeing opportunity. He picks up as a slow ball, and he wants more than just one or two runs. So maybe a little bit overly greedy rather. And that's maybe just a mindset tweak. So I wouldn't be too concerned about it, but it's a personal thing for him to figure out. Find spaces in the field and make sure you get two, or maybe keep it on the floor and try and get four instead of big sixes. And I think that's maybe the big issue. It can also have something to do with premeditation, as players like Sky, myself, and a few others like to think ahead, and you sort of start reading the game. You get into position a little bit too early. You really expect something to happen, and once you don't get that, and you get surprised with a slow ball, you struggle to get your mindset off the big boundary that you need to get. Instead, just taking the two or the one, get off strike, reassess, try and read the situation again, and go again. So that would be my 5 cents on Sky's weakness against slow balls. I wouldn't say it's a weakness, but because he's getting out to it quite often, it's something that he will have to work on and tweak. All right, last but not least, too cool for school. I'm going to show you something that I really enjoy. Let's have a look at it. I found this on Instagram, and I'm encouraging, or rather challenging, all of you to go and make your artwork and share it with me. And on the next show, I will be showcasing some of that. Let's have a look. Yeah, so that's a pretty cool art there. As you see that football sort of hovering in the same spot, it's changing colors, changing designs, lots of movement around it. Go and try out some art pieces there at home, guys, and share it. Tag me, obviously, on social media handles. Share it here on the YouTube channel down below, and I will be showcasing some of your beautiful work in our next show. Guys, that's it for the 360 show this week. I will be seeing you on this weekend. I'm away once again on a cricket camp for my boy. So it will be an insert that I'm going to record, but I'm very sure you will enjoy it. Like, share, and subscribe to the show. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you soon. Bye now. Gibberish, most of it.